Okay, this is take two. You guys are doing surface area and volume of spheres today. You do not have homework. This will be a very short lesson. Only take probably 15 minutes depending on how fast you write. But you guys will be able to find the surface area and volume of a sphere today, and then tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, we will be doing volume of the remainder of the solids. So on your note page, I put pi r squared. It should be pi r cubed. Please make sure to change that. Very important to change that. Make sure to change it to r cubed, not r squared. The surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, and r in both of the equations is the radius. So find the volume and surface area of each sphere. It does not matter what order you do this in, but we are going to have to use the radius for both the volume and the surface area. So for the first one, the radius is 6.5. So surface area is 4 pi times 6.5 squared. You can just plug that all in your calculator. Make sure you use parentheses. You get 530.93 meters squared. Surface area is square units, volume is cubed units. So for volume, we have 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Make sure to put that in your calculator with parentheses. So for the 4 over 3, you need to put that in parentheses. Or if you're using the yellow calculator, you can do the fraction button. But put all of that in your calculator and you get 1150. Sorry, girl. Sorry, guys. You know the dogs will bark, and you'll hear them at least once. So it's 1,150.35 meters cubed for the volume. For the second one, our radius is 18. So for surface area, we have 4 pi times 18 squared. Plug all that in your calculator. Make sure to use parentheses when you're doing the exponents. And your answer is 4,071.5 centimeters squared. For the volume, plug it into your equation. Again, make sure that you're doing radius cubed and not squared. So make sure that you change that on your notes there. And put the 4 over 3 in parentheses if needed, if you don't have the fraction button. So your answer, if you plug that all in, is 24,429.02 centimeters cubed. For the last one, the diameter is 7.7, which means that the radius is 3.85. Plug that into your equation for surface area, 4 pi times 3.85 squared. You get 186.27 feet squared. For volume, plug it into your equation. Make sure to put the 4/3 in parentheses if you're not using the fraction button, and then you'd have radius cubed. Plug it all in your calculator, you get 239.04 feet cubed. Okay, so our radius here is 12 meters, so surface area is 4 pi times 12 squared, which would be 1,809.56 meters squared. For the volume, you're going to have 4/3 pi times the radius cubed, and again, just plug all of that in your calculator. to get 7,238.23 meters cubed. For number 2, if your diameter is 14, your radius would be 7. So for the surface area, you'd have 4 pi times 7 squared, which would be 615.75 feet squared. For the volume, you have 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed, which would be 1,436.76 feet cubed. Number 3, circumference is 18 pi yards. So circumference is 2 pi r, which means that 18 pi is my c. So I'm going to plug that in to figure out what my r is, because I do not know what my radius is right now. So I need to divide both sides by 2 pi. This cancels and we're left with r, and then 18 pi divided by 2 pi. The pi's cancel and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So my radius is 9. So I have the surface area is 4 pi times 9 squared, which would be 1,017.88 yards squared. And then for the volume, you'd have 4/3 times pi times r cubed. And again, use parentheses and plug that into your calculator, and you get 3,053.63 yards cubed. Okay, my radius is 18 here. So surface area is 4 pi times 18 squared. Plug that all in your calculator, you get 4,071.5 inches squared. For the volume, again, plug it in, use parentheses, 4/3 pi times r cubed. Plug it all into your calculator, you get 24,429.02, is this centimeters or inches? Inches cubed. Make sure you have the correct units there. For number 5, your radius is 5 feet, so we'd have 4 times pi times 5 squared. So your surface area, you plug that all in your calculator, you get 314.16 feet squared. The volume is 4/3 pi and then r cubed, which again, just plug that all in your calculator, you get 523.6 feet cubed. For number 6, if your diameter is 12, that means your radius is 6. So your surface area is 4 pi times 6 squared, which would be 452.39 centimeters squared. And then for the volume, you have 4/3 pi times radius cubed. So again, plug that into your calculator, use parentheses, you have 904.78 centimeters cubed as your answer. Okay, so for the last one, for a sphere, you cannot draw a net for a sphere. You can do it for a cylinder and obviously a cone, but there are way too many curved surfaces for a sphere and you cannot make it a net. So for volume, we would have our radius here is 5. So the radius is 4/3 pi times 5 cubed, which would be 523.6. And because this is just normal units, we don't have any specific units, you just say units cubed, or you can say 523.6 cubic units. For the surface area, again, our radius is 5, so you'd have 4 pi times 5 squared. Plug all that in your calculator, you would get 314.16 units squared, or you can say square units. If you guys finish this early, you need to be working on your missing homework for my class. If you did not turn in 7.1, 7.2, or 7.3 homework, you need to be working on that. Please make sure that it gets uploaded to Canvas so that you can get points for that. Have a great day.